Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Chef. Wanted to show you the progress on the painting. One thing that we noticed is that this paint is a flat paint. It's not very glossy. And the paint that was in here, of course, it was the wrong color. It was white. It was also glossy. So our concern is that if you're expecting a glossy paint on the inside, it's not gonna be. And so if you want a glossy paint, we had actually mixed some Santan. Obviously, we didn't get as close as we thought we did. We had mixed some Santan in an enamel that lays down, as you can see, very flat. And I believe it's going to be, well, I know it's going to be glossy when it dries. It's still wet, so it still looks extremely wet. So my question would be, I can probably get a little closer to the regular Santan and use a glossy paint that lays down very well. As you can see, it's really smooth looking. Whereas the other paint, it's flat, it's rather thick, and it shows some, it's not really brush marks. It shows the grain, it's soaked into the grain of the plywood. So we're gonna have to do a second coat regardless. So my question would be, do you want us to do a second coat in this stuff and try to get closer? Or are you happy with the factory color Santan, which I think is where you were actually headed? If your expectation was glossy, it's not gonna be. And I just wanted to make sure that we controlled the expectation and so that you weren't dissatisfied after we go to all this work. All right, thank you, and just give me your thoughts. Thank you very much. So it's gonna take 2 coats of whatever we do, right? Okay. All right, let me fire this off to them and see what they think.
Okay, and I'll.
That's going to take 2 coats no matter what.
Do I just go ahead and coat the whole thing over
Yeah,
again?
I'll go ahead and coat
or just the spots that look bad?
the.
I'll just wipe it and let me try to knock the whole thing.
I'm thinking of coating, not so much coating the whole thing over again as much as I'm thinking of, hey, let's go ahead and coat the rest of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about like touching up like right there. I'll do some touch up because that needs a brush stroke, and like right here needs a stroke. Just that way, maybe we won't have to go back over the whole thing again. Or you think we're gonna have to?
No, we should be. Yeah, we should be able to. This
Like if I just hit them spots.
Yeah.
I can see it. Now that it's dry, you couldn't see it as much when it was wet.
No, right, because it's reflecting light for one thing. So, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I'll just go ahead and knock the rest of that out, and then we'll go from there. It shouldn't take a couple more hours. I hope not.
Okay.
But as far as the trim, I thought I'd let Taylor get some of that trim, or I'll just take it off. I mean, this was going to be the trick, is the trim on this edge here. Because obviously they did that with this on. Because there's no way they could have got that straight. Without it being on.
Yeah, it's not even. I thought maybe it would stop at a.
It's got a straight line.
At a flank, but it's got a straight line below that.
Yeah, and that's a tough one, so.
Yeah.
I don't know what you'll have to show me the trick or whatever.
You have to figure the trick out.
Yeah, but I mean, we can always take a fine brush, this line,
Yeah,
we have to be painted from underneath for sure, and you can see where they missed a couple spots where it's underneath.
Yeah.
But